Hey everyone, so I was in Paris 1 week before the French Open and it went from crazy to crazier. I had some of the most surreal experiences that I've ever had on a tennis court. I'm going to show you an opportunity that I had to not only interview, but to get on court with a current top 10 player and former world number 2. And if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'll give you a quick tour of the Asics House of Tennis in Paris. This is where the Asics athletes pick up their footwear and clothing ready for the French Open. Let's get into it. If you watch my videos chronologically, you'll know that I casually hit with Yannick Sinner the day before this. And this is what he said when I met him.
Yannick, this is Ashley, by the way.
Yes, I saw you on YouTube, I guess. Yeah. He's more famous than I am.
Which is why you should subscribe to the channel. But today I was due to meet the Asics team in central Paris, Place de République to be precise, where they had actually built a tennis court. They'd set up a charity event called Rally for the Mind, where they invited members of the public and content creators to play tennis with some of Asics' pro players. Players such as Harriet Dart, Emilio Nava, Terence Atmain, Borna Coric, Diane Parry and Alex de Minaur were all playing in aid of raising money for charity. I spent some time with Emilio Nava and Terence Atmain doing some ball skills, which these guys were great fun, and even got to play some doubles points with Matteo Berrettini.
She's doing what you're telling her to do. Your camera.
But shortly after this was the big news. Asics announced a new partnership with Ons Jabeur, who I actually had the chance to interview. Here it is. So, I can't quite believe that I'm saying this, but I'm stood next to tennis icon Ons Jabeur. Now, Ons doesn't need any intro, but she has just recently partnered with Asics to join the Asics family.
Yes.
We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I've got 3 just quick questions for you about your tennis. And as I see it, and as lots of people see your tennis, it's very much more than just how you perform on court. It's a bigger picture. So my first question is about your tennis.
Yep.
You're a player who has incredible hand skills and the ability to adapt and problem solve. How did you develop those skills? Was it something in junior days?
I think reflects a little bit my character. I'm someone that doesn't like to repeat stuff and doesn't like routine a lot. So I try to have fun and enjoy, in general. So I think it started when I was really young, that my coach let me do those things and just be myself on the court. And I always believe that the tennis court is my freedom, is where I can do anything I wanted.
Amazing answer. And what you just said there about your coach letting you do those things, I think sometimes coaches can be a little bit too prescriptive and tell people too many drop shots, all this stuff, and
Yes.
your coach was very open.
Yeah, when I was young, after I had some coaches, they were saying like I do too many drop shots, which I fired them after.
Well, they're probably
But
watching your tennis nowadays, right?
Yeah, I feel like players are creative and they're very intuitive. You should let them guide them, but not really control what they can do. And it is very important to guide the player and show them the right way, with not changing their game, but also kind of improving their game more.
Yeah,
I see
amazing.
it that way.
So I'm a coach myself, and I try to preach to the players and the parents of the kids that I coach that there's a lot more to tennis than just the structured stuff that you do with coaches and in
Exactly.
matches. Did you spend a lot of time as a kid just messing around?
Yeah, I always mess around. If not on tennis court, outside the tennis court, I always, for some reason, love a ball, sport. So either playing like football or playing with the tennis ball, played handball also. So I really love to do a lot of things around, and I feel like playing different sports really help to develop, some skills on the tennis court. And that's maybe people say I have the touch, but I think I really you work on it. You're not just born with it.
Of course. Amazing answer. So next question is more about your smile, like you're smiling now.
Yeah.
Off the court as well, you make other people smile. You've got lots of friends on the tour, which is quite rare in this kind of brutal sport of one-on-one battles. What's the secret?
I don't know. I just feel like tennis is not the most important thing in life. I do believe that it's part of our life, definitely, but it's not our whole life, and it's very important to enjoy every moment that we spend on and off the court. We are all human beings, and sometimes as tennis players we do forget that we are just human beings. You know, we're fighting a lot, we're very competitive, and it's nice, you know, to just have a smile and jokes from time to time. I wish I can bring that, you know, more and more to the tour. It's very nice to have this competitive but also friendly fights, and you know, just hope that the tour will be a happy place.
I honestly think you've made an impact. You know, the people that are around you are having fun and laughing. You know, you can see it, and that's only the small bits that I see on television. I'm sure there's a lot more to it as well. So thank you for being so happy.
Thank you so much.
And final question is with regards to your team. So you've got such a tight, close team that you've had for many, many years, and that's another rare thing on the tour these days. Lots of players are changing around their coaching teams. What does it mean to you to have a really close team?
I think it's important to, I see it as a marriage, you know, having a team around you, you spend a lot of time together, and it's kind of very difficult to see each other. You see them more than your parents, you know, so luckily my fitness coach is my husband, which it's okay to see him 24/7. Maybe not for him, he wants to run away, but me, I'm loving it. But yeah, I feel like we develop a family, you know, connection, and it is very important to have that. My team, I trust them 100%, and they know they will always protect me. And I know, you know, sometimes we go through difficult things, but we manage to find solutions together, and that's what needs to happen in every team. You know, I truly believe in that.
Ons, thank you so much for your time and your incredible answers.
Thank you
and
so much.
wishing you all the best for
Love
all the
your mic,
tournaments.
by the way.
Yeah, what grip do you use?
Love. This is a grip, maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah, what do you use?
2.
Oh, 2.
Yeah.
For the hands, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Ons, thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, man.
I also had the chance to hit some balls with her. This was so surreal, as Ons has been my favourite WTA player for a while now, and she was hitting me with her drop shot lob combos in front of a crowd in the picturesque setting of Paris.
Mateo loves to hit big serves, you know?
Yeah.
Me and the
Ons is the drop shot.
Ons was so nice, as you could imagine, until the commentator Elise Lim told her that I was a brick wall. At that point, she went straight for my
I
face.
aim for the nose then.
Aim for the camera.
Anyway, after this incredible experience, I got invited to the Asics House of Tennis with a bunch of coaches and content creators. The main man.
You are the man. You are the man, mate.
This house was set up for the Asics athletes to visit before the tournament so that they could pick up their footwear and their clothing, and also get to spend some time with the Asics team. For me, it was really great to catch up with old friends and others that I'd met virtually. Howard Green, an incredible strength and conditioning coach who runs the channel Super Movers, Fabio from Functional Tennis, Davor from Tennis House, and French tennis legend Laurent Rochette, who you'll remember from my mic'd up match in Monte Carlo. Got to spend some time with all of these guys, which was great. We also had a tour of the house and had a sneak peek of some of Asics' upcoming products before I got to chat with Peter, the Asics tennis product manager, who tells us a little bit about their new signing Ons Jabeur and gives us a teaser about some of the upcoming gear. I was lucky enough to hit with Ons Jabeur yesterday and have some time with her, and she's an incredible athlete and an incredible person. And my first question is, how did the relationship start?
Yeah, so we have we call it a sports marketing team. That's a team that is responsible for managing our athletes, but also finding future talent, for example. And they have ears and eyes everywhere, for example. So we know already from like a couple of years ago that Ons actually liked our product a lot. And when she was younger, she played on some of our shoes. So then I think this year she changed contracts and she went for a new apparel sponsor, and they don't have footwear. So that gives the opportunities to some players to find footwear that they would like. Novak is a good example for that. So Ons actually, which is actually pretty cool, started to buy some Asics product and started wearing it. And we in the beginning had nothing to do with it. She did that herself. And then in the end, we talked to her and said like, wait, should we make this like official? And should we join forces? And that's great because then she can come to events like this and she gets our product. But it starts basically with her wanting to wear Asics in this specific case, and that is pretty cool.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest compliment to the footwear, is a player actually going out of their way to buy buy the shoe. Right?
Yeah, for sure. And we see with Taylor Fritz, for example, who switched now to Hugo Boss and no footwear again. And then through the connections that Matteo Berrettini and Hugo Boss had, also he chooses to wear. So that's things that are not on an official contract, but these are players that want to wear our product.
Can you give us any teasers about any upcoming innovations? Because I know that all of your shoes, each time you bring a new one out, the Asics philosophy is to always make improvements. Can you give any secrets away?
Yeah, so one of the favorite things in the Japanese culture is the principle of Kaizen, which is a continuous improvement, always trying to make something better. And that's basically my main job. We're always trying. So in the background, and I cannot say too much about it, but in the background, we're working on, I think, 2 new concepts, and we're kicking off the 3rd one. Because it takes a long time, so there's a bit of overlap on that. But I think we're close in finalizing one of our major franchises. I'll give that as a little teaser. And in I think next month, we will have a nice update on one of our key models.
Amazing. Well, Peter, thank you so much for your time.
No worries.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Yeah, man. Can't wait.
Amazing. I've been to a few Asics events now and have absolutely loved working with the team. I've had some incredible experiences. You might remember before that I got to test out Novak Djokovic's morning routine and actually meet him. I've also had the chance to hit some balls with Harriet Dart and even take her on in a blindfolded serve competition, and got to interview top 10 player Alex de Minaur. I'll put links to all of those videos in the description below, but just wanted to say a massive thanks to Asics for all the opportunities you've given me and my channel. So after another incredible trip with Asics, I headed off to my Airbnb to get some sleep, ready for a day at the French Open. And so stay tuned for my next video, as I'm going to take you along with me to show you some of the epic practices. See you there.